Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon, speaking out on Iran's attacks at the UN on Friday. Take a listen.
Iran has proven its ability to strike strategic targets with accuracy. This was a deliberate act. It is a blatant violation of international law, a war crime, and a calculated attempt to murder the most vulnerable. Let this Council understand what that missile really signified. That no one is safe. That if Iran will target a hospital with a ballistic missile, it will target anyone, anywhere, with anything they have. Today, it was Beersheba. Tomorrow, it could be Brussels. Soon, it could be Boston. Iran is rapidly expanding its ballistic missile arsenal. We have seen diplomatic talks for the last few decades, and look at the results. So, if there will be a genuine effort to dismantle the capabilities of Iran, then that's something we can consider. But it is going to be like another session and debates. That's not going to work.
Explain the situation.
Let's bring in now Ofir Akunis. He is the Consul General of Israel here in New York. Sir, I'm so glad you were able to be here today.
Thank you for having me. It's very important to reflect the truth about the current situation in the Middle East.
Well, I want to get your insight. We just listened to the General Patari, giving his insights into what it could mean for the United States to join this conflict in a more forward military posture. Your thoughts on what he had to say?
First of all, we will not take decisions for the American administration and for the American people. But I want to remind you all that from 1979, the Ayatollahs, the Iranian regime, they are saying death to Israel, death to America. And I think that this is the main point. They want this place. They are talking about the small Satan. It's Israel. Now they are targeting hospitals, kindergartens, civilians on Tel Aviv, Beersheba, as we just heard, Haifa. By the way, they hit yesterday a mosque in Haifa, a Muslim mosque in the city of Haifa in the north. So they're seeing Israel as the small Satan, and the big Satan is you, my American friends. And I want you to know it. They want to destroy us. And I'm talking about the United States of America, the state of Israel, and in the middle, Europe.
Yeah. We've been watching this big uptick in military assets, U.S. military assets, joining there in the Middle East. In defense of Israel, we've been working to head off some of the missiles. Sadly, some of these missiles have struck there in Israel, tragically. How do you think that posture matters? Does that send a message to Iran, and will they get that message?
I don't think so. I must be honest with you. We gave them a chance. 60 days. According to the President of the United States decision, to negotiate with those Ayatollahs, with the Iranian regime. They said no. 2 days before we launched the operation, they said we will not do nothing with our nuclear sites and with our ballistic, they said it, of course, with our ballistic missiles. But I want you to understand that their ballistic missiles toward Tel Aviv now, or other places around the state of Israel, it's just the beginning. What's the reason that the Iranian regime wants intercontinental ballistic missiles? They don't need intercontinental ballistic missiles to hit Tel Aviv. They can use the ordinary ballistic missiles to hit Tel Aviv. They want their ballistic missile, intercontinental ballistic missiles, to use them, first of all, as I said, toward Europe and then toward Manhattan. That's what they want. But I want to be clear with you. They are saying it. They are saying it very honestly. It's we, the Ayatollahs, the Iranian regime versus the Western world. We don't want your values. We don't want your democracy. We don't want your freedom here in Manhattan or in California, Florida, or in Canada, or even in the United Kingdom. They want their ideas all around the world. And they're saying it, as I said, from 1979. You know what we learned from the history? That when a fascist regime saying that he wants to destroy you, you better believe them. And I think that Israel now is in the same situation like United Kingdom. I'm talking about May 1940. So this is May 1940. Israel, for now, We are standing alone against the Iranian regime and the Ayatollahs, and our people must find a place to protect themselves in the shelters, just like London in 1940.
Yeah. When you talk about alone, there's this very sensitive period right now. The president has said 2 weeks. We don't know necessarily that if a strike does come from the U.S. that it will be sooner than 2 weeks. That's not a final deadline. It seems to be a window of opportunity for Iran. However, they haven't changed their posture over the course of multiple negotiations, 5, 6 rounds, direct and indirect, regarding what they're willing to do, what they're willing to give up. What do you make of this opportunity that's been handed to Iran that's ticking? The clock is ticking right now.
I will say we are not believing them. We are not believe the Iranian regime and the Ayatollahs, because they say time after time after time, we'll keep our nuclear sites, we'll keep our nuclear abilities, we want to use them. By the way, I saw the map, it's still here. You can see Yemen here. Yemen, there is no territorial debate between Israel and Yemen, and they want to smuggle their nuclear bomb, one nuclear bomb, to Yemen through the Persian Gulf, okay, and to fire the nuclear bomb, one bomb state. Israel is a one bomb state toward Israel. So I don't believe them. My suggestion to my beloved American people, really, and I'm really admire the American society and the American culture, don't believe them. They are liars and they are cruel, and they will not miss the opportunity to fire their ballistic missiles. First of all, they're doing it toward Israel, then toward the Western Wall in the whole.
And part of these negotiations is to work towards getting them to give up this power that they have across the Middle East and across these proxies, as you mentioned, including in Yemen.
This is a very, very important map, because on this map we can see how they built their abilities from 1979. First of all, in Lebanon, with Hezbollah, then with Hamas. We will never forget October 7th, never forget October 7th massacre, and of course, in Yemen lately. So my suggestion is not to believe the Ayatollahs and the Iranian regime.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your time.
Ofir Akunis, thank you for coming in. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.